Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the V4 Future Sports Festival. Good morning, Hungary. How are you doing? Is everyone okay? You're a little quiet. Can we do a test? I know it's Sunday morning. Are you all ready for the semi-final? Lovely. Very good. We've got the Virtus Pro Ultras down here, and we've got the mouse sports fans over here. Very good, very good. I like it. Fantastic. We're all set then, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Budapest for live coverage of the V4 Sports Future Sports Festival. We had this last year in Budapest. It was fantastic here last year. We're looking forward to doing it all again this year. And this is the final day. 2 semi-finals and a grand final to crown your champions for a second year. And interestingly, the former champions from last year are back again to defend their title, and they're in the semi-final. Our first team of these semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen, is Mouse Sports.
My name is Frozen.
My name is Chris J.
My name is Kerrigan.
I'm Roxic.
I am Robs.
I play for Mouse Sports and I'm entry fragging.
I play for Mouse Sports and usually I sit on the bench.
I'm a professional player in mouse spots and I'm the main choker.
Playing for Mouse Sports, my role is Alping in the team.
I play for Mouse Sports and I'm a professional plater.
Ladies and gentlemen, the defending champions of V4, please give it up for Mouse Sports! Okay, we have one of our semi-finalists. Who will they be playing, I hear you ask? Well, many of the people here already know who the opponents are. So let's introduce you to Virtus Pro.
Hello, I'm Michał from Virtus Pro.
I'm Vegi from Virtus Pro.
I'm Snachi from Virtus Pro.
I'm Pierre from Virtus Pro.
Hi, I'm Snacks from Virtus Pro.
My role in the team is entry fragger.
My role is second entry fragger.
The third entry fragger and Ico Cobra.
I'm fourth entry fragger and bomb planter.
And I'm no longer Ronaldinho of CSGO.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former major champions, please welcome Virtus Pro! Okay, we have our players set. We're going to let most of them go and settle down. Chris, Cuban, do you want to come and join me? We'll grab a quick few words from both of these fine fellows. Chris, how are you doing, sir? It's been a while.
I'm doing pretty good. Excited for the semi-final.
You're in good form right now. Cuban tells me this morning you've won 20 out of the last 22 games, so he's done his homework on you.
I guess he did, yeah.
What is it about this team? Because a year on, you're the defending champions. That's a little bit different, isn't it? Come back to another event that you won 12 months ago. This is a completely different team in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we as mouz are like the defending champions, but as you say, we're a completely new lineup, so I feel we just have to prove ourselves again. I mean, we obviously are like kind of the favorites here, but we have to show it today that we actually are.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure.
I wouldn't say pressure. We're confident. As you said, we're on a good run recently, so we're feeling good.
All right, good luck. Cuban, you've done your homework on these boys. What can you tell me about them?
They have won 20 of 22 games, but most of them were online. We are on LAN when we love to play in front of the crowd who support us, so we expect us to win.
Okay, you've got plenty of support here today as well. Lots of the Virtus Pro Ultras in the front row as well. Again, you know, Chris was saying they come here with a very different lineup, but yours is almost completely different this year.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we are weaker than last year. I think we might be stronger, and let's just hope for the best game, better than against NIP yesterday.
All right, well, best of luck, gents. Let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. Virtus Pro versus the defending champions, mousesports.
Thank you, Paul. The V4, the Visegrad 4, Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Poland make up the region. Poland's going to have a number of fans here today. Virtus Pro start off against mousesports in semifinal number 1, number 7 in the world, defending champions. Virtus Pro was rated 90 coming into this event. On the other side of the bracket, you have MIBR going up against Tricked, the dark horse that could potentially upset the Brazilians and meet in the final later today. To look at those 4 teams, before we get started on our first matchup, we've got to look back. We've got to look at how this event started with the highlights of our 4 semifinalists. And while it is important to look back and reflect upon what got us here for the importance of context, if nothing else, we do have to put that aside because highlights only go so far. Today, all 4 teams have to show up. And showing up alongside myself, Sadakist, is Jona and Drowlin to bring us some insight on the first game. As I said, Poland, one of the home regions to V4, they've got some fans in this crowd.
Yeah, they most definitely do. They were already warming up before we went live here, so I think we're going to have a great atmosphere in this game.
Yeah, it's nice to see this lineup of Virtus Pro get that treatment. Like if you think back to PGA Krakow, the Polish team, with that fan base right there, it was amazing. And seeing that again for this new lineup, you know, it's a great experience for them.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Paul introduced them as the major champions, Virtus Pro. That's not untrue. But it's crazy what a name holds because Snacks is the only one left from that dynasty, if you want to call it that, the legendary team. Cuban as well, absolutely. Yeah. Don't discredit that, but certainly in the server, he is the one that's left, and yet they still have this rapport. They still have such an affectionate, adoring fan base. It's incredible that it lives on so long.
It's a massive legacy, right? I mean, it goes beyond CSGO. It goes to the original Counter-Strike, and they were always forced to be reckoned with. A whole bunch of different names that they played under. Obviously, yes, there was an iconic lineup back in the day, and that does not exist anymore. But, I mean, people just don't forget, do they?
No, absolutely not. And maybe that's a good place to start, this Snacks comparison, the fact that he is the one left over from this old lineup because when he left Virtus Pro for a while, he was on mousesports. Is this maybe a grudge match for him, Drowlin? Does he want to maybe prove something to them, or is this just about Virtus Pro moving up the ladder?
I think it's definitely, in a way, he doesn't approve that his worth, because obviously the boss of the Big Apple, you should know.
Yes.
Snacks, I think we need to come to terms with the fact that we will most likely no longer see the Snacks of old. You know, at one point he was considered one of the best players in the world. And right now he also mentioned, you know, in the pre-match interviews, I'm no longer the Ronaldinho of CSGO, right? So he is aware of that, and he has taken a bit of a backseat here. Yep. He is trying to nurture that young talent, being the captain figure, obviously the last remaining member of that original 5-man core. And now he's the captain, right? He has to raise the next 5 players, the next Virtus Pro, and achieve the same legacy with them.
Yeah, he needs to set an example, basically. I mean, individually speaking, I think it's only natural, as he's been playing for quite a while, and not being able to play in the top echelon of Counter-Strike for quite a bit. You're not necessarily your skills do deteriorate, but like your touch to the game, so to speak. I mean, you can definitely tell in situations that that Snacks might not be as confident in scenarios than what he used to be.
It's super interesting, right? Because we say it's like riding a bike. We say these guys have been around the block so long that it should just come back naturally. But there are subtle nuances, timings, muscle memories that do kind of go off, even just by millimeters, by milliseconds, and it's enough to completely throw a player into the dark. I think we saw some of that at the major after the player break with players who were active more than even Snacks was. A look at each team, a look at each lineup. Snacks is one thing, mouz another. He looked excellent yesterday. He and Veggie together, I think, have been very impressive and could be something to look forward to on this Virtus Pro lineup.
Yes, for me at least, Veggie is not the X factor coming to Virtus Pro. I mentioned him earlier in this tournament. He's kind of like the Jetka of Advocacic, but this time for Virtus Pro actually. And when Veggie is fragging, that is when Virtus Pro, they are in their element, they are in form. And they had to activate him against a team like mouzsports because he's a very important factor.
And it's cool to see Snatchy. I think we can't go without mentioning him on VP lineup because he's the closer. He's the one that's bailing them out in a lot of situations where not necessarily rounds that they're winning, but he just comes out of nowhere, gets a double kill, and turns the round on its head. So there's definitely qualities in this lineup, but obviously it's still a long ways to go for them to be up there fighting for higher levels of Counter-Strike.
No, I think that's absolutely true. Again, number 90 in the world coming into this. That's quite a step back from top 5 where we consistently found them before. Map bans. Nothing new, nothing surprising. Mirage, Inferno, Train, those seem to be the big 3 at this event.
I mean, what's curious, I guess, is the fact that mouz eventually does ban Vertigo. It's a map that they've, I think people are saying prior to the major that, mouzsports was the team that everyone's looking up to in practice and kind of learning from. That. Yeah, so interesting to see. Like, kind of goes to show that the map is still so green in terms of professional play. They don't want to gamble. If it does go to a third, they don't want to see themselves in a situation where it's going to be Vertigo.
Is that potentially because they are the favorites here? Why risk it at this event?
Exactly. Yeah, mitigate the risk as much as possible. It makes sense for VP to ban Dust too. They have like 0% win percentage on the map, so it makes sense in that scenario. Mirage, once again, a pick for VP. It just goes to show that is definitely their comfort pick. I think that's confirmed here.
Well, interestingly enough as well, it was a struggle for them in the first couple of days. It wasn't like it was easy. We saw issues on the CT side, Jalen, and we mentioned Snacks. Yesterday did look much better.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly what I wanted to point out here is that moving into this Mirage, the CT side of Virtus Pro looked quite weak against Trigged. You see how Acre was picking them apart on mid. And that's something that mouzsports can do as well. I'm very interested to see how Virtus Pro can react to that. Because, for example, Chris J on that Krieg, if he walks down mid, he's popping your head.
Yeah, I see that being an issue. I think they're going to be, VP's going to face a totally different beast when it comes to trying to get map control on a map like Mirage, right? I feel like you have the players like Chris J, Woxic, for example, who are more than willing to take a gunfight at you. So that's going to be a problem on its own for VP.
Oh, we know Voxic's certainly capable of taking a gunfight, and something we didn't touch on. First, let me say, I think it's great that the players themselves have some humor, no longer the Ronaldinho of CS. You mentioned Snack saying that. Chris J saying, I'm on the bench most of the time, but he's off the bench again. He's left this team twice and been brought right back, and that's where I want to go because he has the double-up potential. Voxic, we know, loves to pick it up, and Kerrigan as well. They've got so much diversity in this mouzsports lineup.
I think Chris J is a very interesting player who always seems to be the one that likes to play around with different weapons. He's always the first to adapt new things. And
Krieg, Scout, MP7.
Likes to challenge the meta of the game. I love that attitude.
Tech 9 back in the day as well. You're right. He has used a lot of guns to good merit.
Yeah, I mean, Chris J is a player who is great to have in your lineup just because of the versatility and experience he provides. As you mentioned, with those weapons, he picks the Scout, he gets 3 kills every round with it. He picks up the Krieg, same story, right? So having that kind of like Swiss Army knife in your roster, that's very important.
Yeah, the Swiss Army knife.
I mean, remember last year in New York, what he did on Mirage, actually, he had that phenomenal. What was it, 104 with an op?
So believe it or not, if you look back on that clip, he was not alone. His teammate was rotating from B, and he 1v5'd them in the A site without even waiting for the rotations. It was incredible. Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street. As we head to New York next week, in fact. So comes full circle 18 months ago when we were here. And as we said, Mousesport's defending champions. Interestingly, in the interview, Chris said that doesn't really bother us, no pressure. It's a different team. It is a different lineup in some ways.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what we've been saying before this tournament, basically Mousesport's in a very different situation because with this lineup, they're more used to being an underdog and kind of the team that is climbing the ranks. Now here they are in a situation where everyone kind of is expecting them to win because VP obviously, like, if you think of the teams that are left in the tournament, VP, I don't think anyone really expected them to be this far into the tournament. Right. MIBR, all the changes that have been going on, and then Tricked, dark horse of the event, obviously has a lot of skill, and they've been showcasing that they can take it. They can challenge a team like Mousesports. We already saw that in recruit plays.
I'll say it again. Tricked could very well find themselves in a final against MIBR later on, or rather over MIBR against one of these two teams, I should say. The head-to-head in terms of the highlighted stats, the two top-rated players on either side, both of them sitting at 1.16. Frozen and Mihu. We touched a little bit on Mihu. Frozen was off the major. I don't know if it was nerves, I don't know if it was rust, I don't know if it was just acclimating into sort of that environment again after the player break, but he's looked much better at this event.
Yes, Frozen had a very cold start to the major, and obviously as they went game by game, he got better and better. What I really like about Frozen is usually with young players, you have the nerves factor, right? So I didn't really see that from him at the major. Like I remember one round, I think they were playing Liquid on Dust 2, and Frozen was like 5 HP on the A side. And he was up against Nitro, and he just held the angle, like he didn't fall back. So he certainly isn't someone who is rattled by those nerves.
Yeah, I think it's just today's kids. They're just ready.
Some people's kids.
Straight away. I mean, we see so many young players just
You're already nurturing a son at home who's apparently going to be Finland's next hard carry. Going to replace Alu. All right, Casper's looking really good these days.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, gentlemen, it's getting to be that time. Where are we leaning with this? Is there a chance Virtus Pro can actually upset?
I feel like this first map is going to be actually close. First map of the day, we've seen especially the T side for VP has been very efficient. But end of the day, I mean, everything points towards Mousesport taking it anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it depends on which mouse shows up. If you see the same one as we saw in the group stage, you know, it can go 3 maps, but I'm leaning for mouse as well.
Interesting. I think that's probably where our casters are too. Yeah, I think it is common sense. Do we see? Give me a map score. You guys didn't really lean that way. 2-1, 2-0.
2-0. I mean,
2-0. Okay.
Yeah, map-wise.
I'll give it 2-1.
2-1?
Yes.
Which maps Virtus Pro take?
I see Mirage being possible.
All right, well, we'll see if that is the case. We're going to get started, Budapest. It's time to get into the game. Virtus Pro, part of the V4. They're going to have some fans here. Mousesports are going to have to respond to bring you the action. The first semifinal, we send it over to Moses and Anders.
Thank you so much, Matt. What an amazing audience. I have really missed VP fans. It's amazing, isn't it?
The VP chants just get so powerful, and it's like being teleported back in time like 2 years. We've missed this so much, and it's great to see it here in Budapest. This has got me so jacked up for this match. I'm so excited, actually.
It's great, isn't it? This is the best argument you could have for why we need a strong Polish scene, because the fans are just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
We are going to get into the action. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Virtus Pro versus Mousesports, best of 3, starting off right here in Budapest at V4, and starting on the CT side, it's going to be Mousesports, and on the T side, Virtus Pro. Obviously, Mousesports are a very powerful team. Frozen with a great shot taking down Mihu. And that's how the game begins.
Yeah, and that's beautiful as well from Frozen falling back. It's worth the damage you've taken. Big advantage provided the VP on the defense, and Chris J peering into the B holes, and the rest of VP just playing very far back on this T side. No one aggressing across the map, and actually splitting up now. There is one set of utility. It's PHR with Smoke Flash, and Chris J could ruin all of this. A deep spot could really destroy any idea that VP has here. Oh, God bless.
That's a ridiculous headshot. Doesn't even fire a second bullet.
And that's 2 players for VP who have gone down to essentially just 1 shot from Mousesports.
That's the strength and the power, really, of having those USPs. But Veggie gets close, and what a beautiful follow-up. Taking down Rops and Kerrigan, now picking up a USP. Does he want to challenge it? There are a lot of people there. He gets one more headshot. He's out of control, and now with the smoke up as well, he just almost won that round. But it's not done yet. He's got the triple. The bomb is down now. That smoke gonna buy a bit of time. They've got that P250 from the beginning of the round on PHR, and he's got the lineup for it. Shot rings out, but it doesn't connect just yet. Now they're moving on to the bomb site. They have a kit. There's Veggie. Oh, he almost gets the ace, but not quite. Frozen will take him down, a quad kill on his own. And that's going to be the round going to mousesports. That is unbelievably close.
Yeah, what a round from Veggie. Given the opportunity, a miscue from mousesports on the rotation. I'm not sure. There must have been a call towards that B bomb site, because in a 5-on-3, you have no reason to bail out of the A bomb site like that. This guy right here, Veggie, delivering the kills. Rops was abandoned by Kerrigan. But here we are, 1-0 for the mousesports side. Despite those heroics from Veggie and a kit on Frozen even at the end. Timeout being taken. And we're gonna get a big buy from Veggie here. AK and Armor, they're gonna talk things over because they're actually investing so much into this round. They want to take it right back.
Well, I'm very excited if this is how it's gonna start out. Normally I would have said you get those 2 kills towards CT spawn, don't challenge that next corner. But when he does and gets a headshot and he just plays like, you know what, I'm not afraid of any of these guys, that does get everybody fired up, doesn't it?
It's on an edge. I mean, you're right, because that fight is super sketchy, because all the advantages that you gain with those 2 kills in the A site can actually get thrown away. And he had a teammate actually overextend into that battle as well. That smoke could have been such a nice delay tactic with 2 players behind it. Either way, timeout coming to a close. 2 AK-47s and a Krieg on PHR.
Yeah, we've really powerful buy here in the second round for VP. And the Krieg, well, there you see the power of it. Immediately taking down Woxic. Frozen sticking around, left on 6 health. Or he could have easily gone down there, but so far he'll be all right.
That's 2 rounds. Bihu has been dropped immediately by Frozen, trying to make that same play, swinging across top mid. So rough start for him. AK-47 picked up by Snatchy, but there's no armor. And this is a brutal play from Rops. If he finds the timing, even just a spot of information, Veggie's gonna have to be very careful, but Rops isn't gonna peek in towards T-spawn. And how has Snacks gotten here?
I don't know, but it's a brilliant thing, and I mean, this is one of the things that we do associate with him historically as a player, is just being able to have really incredible movement and timing. So if anyone's going to do it, it just might be Snacks. Deagle now, I mean, he could do a lot from here.
Well, they need him to deliver, because there's 3 players at this B bomb site. There's going to be a third one turning. Kerrigan on Catwalk is going to be able to spin and help out in a massive way. So Snacks has to find basically just a free kill to alleviate some of the pressure when VP decides to move forward.
He was probably hoping someone would come and check it now. He's going to be proactive about it. One behind the bench. Oh, the timing. It might work out against him. There are so many targets, but it's all about whether or not he can actually find the right moment. A bit of noise being made on the other side. 35 seconds on the clock, and Snacks, is he ready? Are they going to be able to time this well enough? He comes in with a deagle, gets 1, and a follow-up as well, taking down Frozen. A massive breach into the bomb site, and Rob's on the flank, but the entire defense is gone. And that's going to be a bomb plant and a near impossible retake here. That was perfect.
Well, we have the old school VP chance. Now we have the old school Snacks plays. The fact that he's able to sneak in that fashion is incredible. And the defense, I mean, if you're those 2 players at the B bomb site, you're so confused. You're blaming your teammate for how he got into that kind of a position, and you have no idea how he was so advanced. What a great double kill at the perfect moment. And Rops can do nothing but sit back and maybe try and grab a rifle as they evacuate the bomb blast. And they are going to come right at him. And actually, with a low HP, Rops could tear them apart. He hears the footsteps. He's waiting patiently. The first and the second, they line up, and there's nowhere for Snacks to go. That is about as good as it gets for Rops. The best he could take away from a bad situation.
That is huge, isn't it? Picks up the Krieg at the end, gets a triple, eliminates all the weapons from the VP side. Look at the tie of the scoreline at 1-1. So this battle starting off in quite the epic fashion. This sneak in, this is where they're just not quick enough. Man, if you're deep behind enemy lines like that, you miss time even one thing, it's all gone. And the entire push on the B hallways, as you're pointing out, it's reliant on Snacks doing that job, and he did it perfectly. Yeah, they actually buy an M4 here, so quite committed. mousesports to trying to swing it back in their favor.
I don't think they'd be doing this if Rops didn't get those 3 kills at the end. But they know there has to be a reinvestment, a victory for mousesports in the second round, but they lose, or excuse me, for VP, but they lose all 5 players. So why not try and return it immediately? The one Krieg picked up on Rops as well. Good fight for Snacks as he comes out the top. Forces Chris J away. That was just the one deagle, but Rops in position.
Go for it with a Krieg. But the fact that they were both right there, man, he couldn't just easily transfer that spray. And Snack's going to be quick enough to return it. That's well worth it from VP's point of view. They're going to be happy about that engagement. And now getting very close to Carrigan at Deagle. I don't know if he's going to be ready for it. Instantly dropped Snacks with a follow-up kill. He wants to take more fights and not quite clearing out CT spawn yet. That could be dangerous.
They just have to cover him, really. They're going to cross over. Frozen can't land the shot, but they just have to make sure CT spawn. They don't check left. Somehow they've forgotten about it. A 2-on-2. Snacks making the smart play, making sure he can get the bomb planted. And Chris J, Frozen to lead the way back into the bomb site.
Grenade, but the flash to follow it up, and Snacks and Snatchy able to clear the round out. Virtus.pro now up to 2. That's a brilliant round from Snacks, a triple kill. Little mistake made by VP there, not checking the corner.
Yeah.
But the follow-up, the flashbang to sort of counter the retake, that was perfect.
Yeah, it was all done very well. Like you said, good trade for Snacks. He's playing very well to start this out. The critical 2 kills in the previous round, and now here delivering. And this is, I mean, if you're VP and you're the underdog coming into this and you don't, you know, the desk talked about it, long shot, Mouse Sports, a very, very strong team. This is the best start you can get. You've crippled Mouse Sports economically in these first 3 rounds.
Yeah, perfect, especially being the underdog. Now in this round, they can obviously guess the economy, and PHR's picked up a MAC-10 that allows you to go and check bomb sites. You can send them in first to find out exactly what's going on, and if anything goes wrong, doesn't really matter that much. They don't even send the MAC-10 in first. They just commit to the bomb site, so that leaves a possibility for some sort of error, but...
Yeah, it's a bit risky, but it's panned out. It's all worked in their favor. It's going to be 3-1, and Snatchy still feels the presence of one more player. Rops takes him down. Might be able to get a follow-up. And Chris J now on the flank. Would love one more weapon, but surely they're going to be mindful of this after what Rops did to him in the second round. They're going to be looking towards this part, and actually no need to even evacuate in this direction this time around. But Chris J knows there's an AK-47 on the ground, and he's actually given up his position. A nice dink. But I don't think he can get anything out of it. VP swarming to shut him down. 3-1 here on Mirage. And the guns are going to come back for Mouse Sports, but the question of the AWP. They don't have the money for it. It'd have to be no armor, and they decide to just forget about it entirely. 5 rifles.
They haven't had to counter any AWPs either, so maybe just waiting a little bit before they start to look into that. Quick outside of the A-bomb side this time. Need to clear out the apartments first, but yeah, this could be quite the powerful attack, especially with 2 people towards connector. If they're going to get smoked out.
Yeah. It's all about the timing of when they rotate and get back into the site. If they get blocked off, and remember, there's been a lot of emphasis from VP on middle, and now just a contact play through the smoke. No one looking in this direction. Oh, good shot from Rops. That's huge. Buys Walksick some time. He's blind, though, and now he must find his fight. VP has no idea he's here, and he's waiting for his perfect moment, and he's found it. Great peek. And Virtus.pro being locked out of this bomb site still for the moment.
Yeah, Walksick just can't be found on that bomb site. He's already got a great double, and they're running out of players here on the T side. Snatchy, now it's about doing damage, and he can't even do that. Frozen, waiting in jungle, able to drop him. A great defense put up by Mouse Sports. Not falling back and waiting for the bomb plant, but actually fighting before they even got to it.
Well, and also benefit of the stylistic attack from VP is, you know, you're turning the corner and you're fighting towards jungle. You want to make this hit happen before the smokes plume, and no one actually attacked the bomb site, which means Walksick, look at him, never any pressure on him whatsoever. He had free reign of the entire site. And that's a nightmare to deal with.
Something learned from VP, though. Interesting to see if they sort of try and go back to that, if they amend that kind of an attack a little bit, if they try and do it differently. Oh, PHR absolutely saw that shot coming through. That information, double nade in the window, does a bit to Robs, but maybe not enough. Frozen, though, will go down. And that was the first clue there in the middle, wasn't it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, he had no idea that he'd been spotted. The information passed along that there was someone definitely in there is going to be heads up for Snatchy to make sure he clears out every crevice in connector. Now PHR turns into a lurk. He controls mid. He can hear Mouse Sports making an information play. The pop flash is over. They're clearing out underpass, but they still have no idea PHR is here. And he's just the recon mission. He's passing so much intel over to this A hit.
Yeah, this is great. Now, Chris, is he going to turn into a lurker and a flanker through T-spawn, or is he going to come in and reinforce through middle? That makes a big difference. The choice that he makes here could absolutely impact the outcome of the round.
Same with the backstab from PHR. You have to imagine it's going to start coming in right now as VP moves up the ramp. There's a perfect flashbang, perfect coordination, but only one kill for it.
Veggie with a good return. PHR taking down Kerrigan, coming through connector, and then flank very late in the day now for Chris. That bomb not planted yet, and actually they're going to go for it right about now. Woxic waiting, communicating with Chris, and he can't wait any longer. He goes down, and the flank absolutely red. Veggie with a double, and Virtus Pro off to quite a powerful start here. I think Woxic wanted to wait for Chris, but at the same time, once the bomb goes down, they lose a lot of advantage. So
well, especially in a 2-on-4, right? You want to make the play. This was a good first kill. Actually, I really liked the play from Mousesports to clear out mid in the mid-round before the hit actually comes in, but you have to do it the whole way. If you're going to make that kind of a play, you have to clear out that corner. You have to make sure you're not going to get backstabbed, clear it entirely, and they just never check for PHR. Kerrigan was like the next player who also could have held off that hit, and he had no chance.
None at all. Scout now being picked up by Mousesports, and that's more or less it here. Nothing else very exciting. So Virtus Pro have done an excellent job of crushing that Mousesports economy, which is a huge reason why not just 4-2 right now is a great scoreline, but they could build so much more behind it. This could be kind of a crushing first half, the way that it's unfolding.
Yeah, and they've kept the AWP away about as long as you could hope for, right? It's going to be out in the next round. But, I mean, you're not going to complain whatsoever with 7 rounds not having to face against that weapon. That's a beautiful start. And this is very patient from VP now. First kill goes their way. Chris J on catwalk. Still 2 defenders at this bomb site. But again, they've had no issues moving up. And Snatchy spearheading it. Finds another headshot. And wow, Mousesports getting trounced every step of the way.
And surely that's going to be checked, yeah. Shooting right for PHR.
I think he barbecued himself, yeah.
Well, we know what the chat's going to be like.
Well, we didn't catch it on camera, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true enough. We saved him some embarrassment.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, did it really happen?
There's a replay observer somewhere frantically thinking like, yeah.
I'm going to ruin this guy's career.
I've got him. Well, never a bad thing, is it, when we get a little bit of comedy involved in all of this. Rob's 1 versus 4, and he gets a kill at least. So trying to do some damage towards the end. 5-2.
Where's that timeout from Mousesports? You imagine they'd want to take one. Remember, Virtus Pro took a timeout early in the second round, and that's, I don't know if it's a risk, but that's a very early timeout to take, and it's obviously paid off in spades. But Mousesports seemingly a little bit lost at the moment, and it's starting to slip away from them. Might want to take one soon. And indeed, they've done it right now.
We finally picked up an AWP on Woxic, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Man, we should get a camera on this guy with a drum in front of the VP crowd. He's off the charts. I love this guy.
He's a goddamn legend. That is incredible.
Yeah, if at any point we get the camera on him, it'll be just perfect.
I'm hoping our mics are catching him up.
Yeah, in fact, hire him for future events.
Yeah, bring him everywhere. Budapest firmly behind Virtus Pro in this matchup. 5-2 lead, they're loving it.
Look at him, this is brilliant. This is the level of engagement and excitement you want to bring to any esports event that you attend in the future. They're grouping up outside of the A bomb site. That AWP on Woxic, man, it has better be put to good use here, because otherwise there is not much defense. Robs is underneath Shadow, but alone, that doesn't make any difference. And there it is, big opening, taking down Veggie. Robs is out of it, so now it really is all on Woxic, and they surely can just flash him out of that one. A little bit of a risk there from Frozen, and Mihu will take him out. 4 versus 3, and they're not even rushing to get the bomb plant down here.
Well, the bomb is, I mean, it's actually dropped on the floor, so now they have to be patient. Now they've used a lot of the utility. They do have 3 flashbangs. Here it comes, bomb picked up, going for the plant. Gonna try and spam it down. Great peek from Snacks, though. That's Woxic, and Kerrigan now left to try and pick up the pieces. A big flight coming in for Chris J with the up, but Kerrigan needs to be patient, needs to let Chris J have his chance.
Sneaking in behind, nobody's watching for it. He's got 2 targets, but with the AWP, that's tricky. He gets one on Mihu, but misses the next shot. And now Kerrigan trying to make his move in on the other side. It's a good kill, taking down PHR, and Snacks is alone, and he instantly drops him. That Krieg headshot, a triple kill. And Virtus Pro barely win that round, but 11-3 on Snacks. He is having a great start to this game.
Yeah, what a time. We've been waiting for that old Snacks to come back. We've been scratching our heads wondering where it went, and this is a good performance to get his team started on the right foot.
That's that little cool detail. When they put the bomb down, this kill,
yeah,
they're doing that as they're putting the bomb down. They flash CT spawn for that kill coming, for that peek coming out of apartment. So they know that when that bomb sound comes in, that's when someone peeks, and then they flash it.
That's a tantalizing prospect for the defender, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
when you know he's trying to think in his head if it's time to make the move. And it seemed like mouz Sports might even recover that. They had the flank, they had the player from CT spawn. The remaining Virtus Pro players were actually crunched in that 2-on-2 and just couldn't manage it. Kerrigan might be able to line up a headshot here. He sees him around the smoke, but it's not a clean shot. Oh, none of them are clean. None of it's gone well. And the fact that he's alive is a miracle in itself.
Did the metal bar catch one of those bullets? Because it looked like it was on. Snacks finding his 12th kill, taking down Chris. And against the pistols here, this should be not much of an issue. There is a flag coming out. Robs is on an adventure. Could maybe catch a player and delay things a bit. No, Mihu going to catch him long range, in fact, in T-spawn. And this A-bomb site going to be falling pretty quickly.
It's astounding to me how free some of these bomb sites have been repeatedly in this game. Good double kill at the end. I mean, VP could just go elsewhere. They can run away. Surely don't lose this. Frozen now. He's delivering 3 kills. He needs a 4th. It's Mihu waiting patiently. He's got 40 seconds to make Frozen feel nervous. Slow peek into the site. And he drops him. A good recovery for VP, but another heroic attempt for Frozen. mouz Sports now on a 4-round losing streak, 7 of the last 8.
That was a round in which you know they have pistols, you know you've killed 3 out of 5, and you just say, you know what, even though the bomb is not here and we're at all here, let's just go onto the A-bomb site, and that was almost a really horrible mistake. That should be a wake-up call to VP, just to remind everybody, you know what, let's calm down a little bit, because we're winning a lot, and there's no reason to let them back in the game. 3 AWPs. Have I lost my mind, or have they?
I was about to say, there's
taking crazy pills.
Possibility for another horrible mistake from the mouz Sports side this time. 3 ops is going to be interesting to manage, especially because Virtus Pro has been getting into the bomb site so easily. Like, mouz Sports hasn't even been able to stop him from getting in. If you're going to try and retake A or B with 3 ops, it's not going to be a fun time. A second tactical pause called from Virtus Pro. And that's got to be Cuban trying to use his experience to keep them calm in a very hot start.
And that's what they need right now. A little bit of calm, just a little bit of focus, and they can ride this wave. Again, the economy for mouz Sports half of the time is absolutely dreadful. 7-2 and 3 AWPs picked up by the mouz Sports team, and they need this, right? I mean, they need a victory and hopefully a string of them. Otherwise, this first half is not even going to be contestable at all. Snacks clearing underpass. And more of a default kind of setup here early on. Maybe expecting some aggression out of the mouz Sports side.
And what's wild that they have 3 AWPs and how passive they're playing. They're not challenging for any map control. They're not trying to go for picks whatsoever. These ops not even gathering information at a distance. So Snacks now in a very dangerous position and one of the first real pioneers of this kind of play. All down to timing for Rops as that smoke clears. Snacks not aware of it. Rops spots him first. But then he gives himself up. Snatchy was ready and waiting. Now the ops chime in. Kerrigan and Woxic at range. And another one for Kerrigan.
This is what a round is like, isn't it, when you're playing against 3 orbs? As soon as you start turning corners, you just lose half your team. And it doesn't even look like they got... I mean, they should have got to that corner, but otherwise they weren't really close to getting onto a bomb side. Woxic has that angle covered. Veggie creeps right into it. That's 4 kills with AWPs in that round. Really, really good job.
Only 2 spotted. That third one, they still haven't seen it towards the A-bomb site. So they know there's one in mid that rotated over towards market. They know Kerrigan had one watching Catwalk and B-Halls at that site. They haven't seen Chris J with his at the A-bomb site yet. And despite the fact that it's 4 rounds in a row previously and now a 7-3 lead, Virtus Pro does not have a whole lot of money. They're out. They're going to buy into this. Snatchy and AWP. Snacks is going to be out of Mac 10. And even Veggie all the way down to a Deagle.
Yeah, but UMPs and Mac 10s and Deagles against AWPs, if you get the right smokes in, you can get so close.
That's the theory behind this call, right? We've seen 2 ops. Let's just do a set piece, put up the wall of smokes, really isolate the ops, and it's not working at the first step.
Snatchy a bit early with that one.
Well, that actually wasn't even the whole set piece. That was what, a pop flash and a peek with the op trying going for a heads-up duel. They've done it again, which might give them the angle they need.
They still need to clear out Robs, and He's such a terrific player. That might not be easy. There's the flash in for Rops, and he's actually going to get run down by PHR. That UMP taking a really wide angle.
Virtus.pro has to get in though. They have to, no one's moved forward and they're actually out of utility. They have one smoke on Veggie with the AWP, but that's not going to be enough with all these AWPs at different angles. That's going to give plenty of opportunities for Woxic, Kerrigan, and Chris J to just take pop shots into the bomb site. And that bomb is a risky plant out in the open. There's the baited peek. That was well done. The jump to ruin Veggie's attention.
Yeah, he was absolutely bait there, wasn't he? 4-3 now, with the bomb only just being planted. Kerrigan making his way through the middle. Mihu getting one. PHR with the follow-up, but he's got that UMP still in middle. Can he swap it out? Yeah, there's the AWP instead. That's a much better weapon. He's got the right idea and the kill as well. Taking down Woxic. That is a very smart play. And now Frozen. No, the bomb is in the other position, and he's low, and he's down. Virtus.pro 8-3. That's a brutal way to win a round, and you see him playing on autopilot there at the end. Just, you know, I'm going to smoke the... Oh, no, not the bomb.
Yeah, just assuming it's planted in front of triple. That's a bit of a mistake, I guess you'd call it. But it's pretty indicative of how this half has gone. Some of the right ideas have been there for mousesports. The execution has not been clean. And this has really spiraled out of their control. That's an expensive setup as well, that triple op setup they went into in the previous round. And they just cannot afford any more ops here. 4 M4s, the one Deagle on Chris J. Plenty of utility for the CT side, but if mousesports get reset here, you might as well pack this map in because it's going to be such an advantage for VP.
That was like the rap music video approach to Counter-Strike, where you buy all the gold and sort of make yourself look like you've already made it, you're already rich, and it doesn't really work out. Tragic, isn't it?
A fake it till you make it situation.
Exactly.
Rops, the Molotov is going to force him in, patiently waiting, and Snacks on this lurk. Actually, full mid control based off that little bit of pressure. And now look at VP refocusing their attention across the map, going to the other side, and mousesports gets pulled and picked apart. They have no idea where to rotate, and VP's in the perfect position to punish everything.
Again, I mean, it's been such a long time, and he will go down here. Kerrigan, who had a rough start to this game, but now finding a good kill on Snacks. Long range spray from Woxic. How is he still alive? Snatchy, he should be dead, but look at Mihu's position. That is going to cut everything apart. And Kerrigan walking into the bomb site, going down to Snatchy. Another round for VP. I was going to say, the danger of having somebody like Snacks on the map has been kind of absent from Counter-Strike for a long time.
Yeah.
But I bet mousesports didn't really want to re-experience that.
No,
and many of them will never have, right? Maybe only Kerrigan here, Chris.
Yeah, those are probably the two guys just saying, you know, if Snacks gets going, this is going to be a tough, like, let's not let that happen. And he's been great. Snacks has been the pivot point for this offense in that mid position. He's been so good at those lurks.
Might have even been some sort of conversation when the rest of them joined the team. Like, there's the myth of Snacks. Like, don't worry, he's gone. It's like Bigfoot. We only have weird footage of it. It's not really real anymore.
Yeah, it's all grainy. We haven't seen it in a while. You can't really focus it. Well, they're learning today. Kerrigan again in this position, trying to peer around the edge of the smoke. He had an opportunity for a kill in the same spot previously, couldn't land it. Full mid control for Virtus.pro. Veggie's got to be careful as he rotates back. Yeah, Chris J with the advanced position, a chance. Oh my lord, nothing going right for anyone on mousesports.
No, it really isn't. That is the position you want to use that CC, and
he gets the immediate dink as well.
Yeah, it was all good, but the follow-up wasn't. Woxic now, he's got nowhere to stand. He gets dropped, nearly a kill there, but Mihu's saving his teammate, and that will be the round very quickly with nobody going down. 10-3. What a mad start from Virtus.pro.
This mousesports team, the story around it, so much skill, so much potential, so many young players that we look at and we say they could be some of the next superstars of the next generation. But this mousesports team at the moment does not seem to be playing with any kind of cohesion together. And Virtus.pro is taking advantage of that. Double op setup for the defensive side. Kerrigan and Woxic with that. And this time VP going directly to the B bomb site. Oh, big fight for Snatchy to win, and he's gonna press the issue. He's gonna look towards catwalk, spots one, that's pinned down. That defender, Chris J, there's nowhere for him to go except for forward, and he's committed. He's so committed, and he finds nothing.
What do you even do at this point in time? They're just making it all work. From that first kill to they're on the bomb site, and Chris, he can't even find anywhere to stand, can he? He's just kind of in the middle of nowhere on that bomb site. Frozen and Rob's left trying to save the rifles here.
Dare we say that they're just starting to plow over this Mouse Sports defense? Do we yet go there? Because this has just been like a buildup of momentum this whole time, and now it feels like Mouse Sports, even when they're in the right position, can't do anything on an individual level, on a team level. They're getting crushed.
I won't lie. When the plow's been in storage for this long, you've got to assume there's some rust on it. It's going to take some time before it can really get up and running. But
this is the new plow. They put in a new order for the younger model.
They have absolutely upgraded it, haven't they? It's wonderful to see. Frozen going to be going down. Veggie cleaning up the round. They save nothing going into round number 15. And they actually needed those rifles badly. My God. UMPs, Ramas's.
I'm buying this guy a beer after the series.
Oh, yeah.
Pull him aside.
Just get him like a esports 360 kind of pass where he just goes to all the events, shows up.
Well, 11-3. It'd be an understatement to say that Mouse Sports needs this fourth round. They need everything they can get. Mihu's going to get tagged up down to 3 HP. And Voxic still taking shots with this scout in towards mid, and you might as well risk it. You might as well just overextend and try and make something happen. Great recovery. Ooh. He should have gone down, but a stunning headshot.
He had to line that up. He actually had to spend a bit of time down through the box, though. Seems unfair, doesn't it? 4-on-4. And now they're getting real close. Chris going down in the corner. Frozen and Robs over by the CT spawn. It's still a 2-on-2. And that FAMAS nearly edging out the kill. That's the bomb as well, so that would have been a disaster. But now they can actually escape.
Yeah, they know where both players are. They know exactly where they are. Now it's a hustle over to the B bomb site. If you're on the defense, you have to be slow and cautious because you know VP has actually picked you off trying to rotate across the map so many times previously. But you also feel the need to beat them to the B site, and it's not going to happen. Rops slowly and cautiously checking every corner. The smoke going to deny him information, and now he's got to pause and wait for his teammate.
Bomb goes down, but Robs with a big kill there. They need one more. Every round counts right now here for Mouse Sports, but they've got Snatcher to deal with. And AWP on that diagonal line into the bomb site. Oh, he misses a big chance, and now he gets caught in the corner. They don't have any smokes, and he gets Robs. This might be a disaster. And Frozen, what could he do? He's trying to bait him into it, tapping the bomb a single time, coming off it again, and Snatcher just shoulder peeking him, playing with him right now. Oh, this is so cruel. He's not defusing that bomb yet, and he knows Snatchy. That's perfectly played. A triple kill and a 12-3 finish for Virtus.pro. You just feel so outplayed when you're the guy trying to defuse that bomb.
And what can you actually do? He has so many advantages for Snatchy. He couldn't have played that more perfect. Even calling the bluff after like the fourth little jiggle peek, even just not even doing it one time around. This was a disgusting half from Virtus.pro. They made Mouse Sports look silly. And for a team that went into the major Mouse Sports with so many high hopes of going deep into the tournament, I mean, to go to this now, where Virtus.pro, we haven't even seen them. No, we didn't even know what to expect coming into this event out of this VP lineup.
Absolutely no expectations, at least on my part. But this is amazing. 17-7 on Snacks to start the half. That's the first half done, but right behind him, Snatchy at 14, Veggie at 11, 13 on Mihu and PHR, a little bit low, but not much by 9. It's still outrageous.
And I entirely forgot that Mouse Sports won the pistol round.
Yeah.
That's mental.
It's not good, is it?
No, 3 rounds with a pistol round win is so brutal. Well, VP is back. At least for the moment. What a statement of a first half that was.
Well, it's more than just the fact that some of them are having a good game right now. It's just a feeling that this, at least if nothing else, you feel like you can build on this.
Yeah.
Right. There's a foundation here.
There's things to work with.
Yeah. Of course, they're going to run into more trouble when they start playing even higher. Sort of top levels. Well, not the Mouse Sports isn't, but just if they have to run into Liquid or something like that later in their careers here, that could be a very different experience. But at the same time, yeah, if you can keep this core together, then you can definitely build on this. This is so much fun.
He's been nonstop. 12-3. I don't know what conversation you have if you're Kerrigan, if you're Chris J. You got to imagine those are the two leaders of this team. both tactically and emotionally. And I'm not entirely sure what the speech is at halftime for the young guys. I don't know if there is something you could say to help them recover.
I feel like they would have been in a situation like this before, so it's just about saying, you know what, guys, we know comebacks can be made. This is a rough start, but
also, I mean, we have to give credit. The Devs did set it up perfectly. This is the first match of the day, and I mean, it's one of those intangible factors, but we've seen it frequently where the favorites coming in on the opening match of the day just sometimes coming out flat, maybe not being as warmed up as they should be. And the story can change in the second map, but this is where, I guess the only thing maybe Chris J or Kerrigan say is, like, let's just try and get some of these guys online in the second half. Like, maybe the comeback is out of reach, but maybe you get someone individually waking up for map 2.
Yeah, I think that's the key, surely. Because some of the aim power on mousesports is ridiculous. It's just that somehow they've been outdone in the first half at least. Now VP on the CT side looking for 4 rounds here. Veggie getting run down by the Glock, and Mihu actually sneaking in a kill, and he follows it up, taking down Robs. 2 headshots with the USP. And that kind of slows mousesports down a lot.
Well, I'm amazed that Chris J is just running the whole way in underpass because Mihu's going to hear that. He had to have known he's on catwalk, and now he's focused up towards these B halls and more running. With 1 minute and 15 seconds, VP has all the information. Mihu's going to get challenged, and immediate goosh. Dropped by Frozen. That's well done. There is a player still in the bomb site. A flank coming in as well, but PHR, the longer he holds on, the more effective the flank will be.
Absolutely right. Now they're up close. Frozen will take him down. This is looking a little bit better. A 2-on-2. That bomb plant. Is it going to happen? No, Snacks coming in with the flank. And now he's in trouble, Frozen. He's got the time, but they know where he is, somewhere in the back of that bomb site. And as soon as he fires the gun, it's got to be a headshot or they'll group up on him. He's now low, hiding behind the bench, and Snacks raining down death from above. And that will be the round. Virtus Pro, they steal that one. And surely, I mean, that's
got to be the final. That's the final straw, right? That has got to break the back. Yeah, you're right. He did steal one through that smoke. That one was not theft at all. He just wrecks the second player. And just everything set up perfectly. The flank coming in, PHR with 1 kill. No chance for Kerrigan. No way to read the flank that fast. And Virtus Pro just not slowing down. They might as well just end the map quickly.
Mentally feeling myself transported back to Krakow and that Polish audience. That was probably one of the best experiences of my life.
The Polish audience is just so powerful.
Yeah, it truly is amazing. Chris will take down Veggie. That's a good start here. And again, even though making a comeback at this point is going to be almost impossible, you're absolutely right. Getting people fired up, getting them online, and just, you know, going into the second map with a feeling that, you know what, we can easily fight these guys. We've got the aim power, and they absolutely have. So slight change of mentality here is really important.
Well, the question is, the way that Virtus Pro has won this map so far on that T side is just manipulating them across the map, neutralizing all that individual skill by making them rotate into awkward situations. Are they going to be as prepared and as knowledgeable on other maps to make that happen? Mihu with the kill, a return on Drops. This A defense, this is going to be a stressful situation. PHR out in the open. If they swing off the balcony, he's in trouble. 2 angles to manage, and he's done it with the help of Snatchy. Keeping space, and PHR still buying time, jumping up. 1 more kill would be great, but it's not there.
Big risk jumping up like that. The flashbang before they even get the bomb plant, and Snacks is now creeping onto the bomb site, ducking under the smoke with that MP9 up on top, and he's going to take them down again. They probably feel like they've cleared that out at that point, but he uses that flashbang timing to just sneak in behind the smoke.
That was mousesports smoke, wasn't it? The flashbang from Snacks. Yeah, the smoke betrays them. That gives Snacks what he needs, and also, I mean, the intuition between the 2 VP players there. PHR taking that first shot. Everyone focuses over to triple boxes, and Snacks pounces from default. A nice, clean 2 versus 2 victory for VP in that second round. 14-3. Natsu called this a 2-0. Drellin said it would be 2-1. He said this would be a close map, and it's not close at all, but it is looking like VP is going to take the opener.
I think everybody's shocked, most especially mousesports at this point in time. Mihu. Actually, Woxic going to throw away that scout and pick up the AK instead. It makes a lot of sense, but Mihu's hitting some great shots. Not the most flashy first half from him, although it was good, but second half here, he's really been stepping it up, and I don't know, 5 versus 2. This This is very bad because mousesports now they're gonna be walking off the stage thinking, what happened? You know, like, that was quick, and now we just have to mentally throw it away and prepare for map 2.
Yeah, they're going to come up and just be like, we're ready to play the first map, guys. Like, we're here.
Are we live?
And they've got to do it to the sounds of VP chants as well.
Yeah.
Frozen and Kerrigan, the last 2 left. And they're just chilling. No good answer on what to do here to try and recover in this round or even this map. Frozen with the Krieg, hoping there's going to be some kind of a mistake, but VP just sitting back, waiting, playing very disciplined.
And Snacks is there with the AK, ready to take the first headshot, and Miyu on the other angle. I don't know how you can easily do this. You have a smoke, but you need to block off the entire sort of left part of this bomb site and then deal with Snacks on your own. And again, the first point of contact is just going to be your face showing, and that is just not fun at all. This is actually brilliant, yeah. Instant headshot, and Miyu on the follow-up. That was always going to happen. 15-3, Virtus.pro, 1 round away from sweeping mousesports off of the first map here at the semi-final.
And it's, I mean, you mentioned they had the smoke, but when you're in a 2-on-5 like that, you can't use the smoke. You can't give away the game too early. You need to make a contact play. You need to get that first kill pretty clean with no indication it's coming. And obviously, when you walk out in that position, there's just so many disadvantages. One more chance for mousesports to stay alive. Snatchy with his AWP. Gonna bring it towards mid. Goes for the peek, and he's got it so fast. I think there's gonna be a flashbang coming out. Why not go for more? Chris J's got him through the wall, and now look at the aggression from the defense. They're offering themselves to mousesports. A chance here for mousesports to get a 4th, but the HP is low, and the nade's coming in. It's perfect.
Right to the forehead. I think that was just VP saying, we're so confident in this. We've got it. The August out, a headshot, and it's a 16-3 as mousesports are plowed by Virtus.pro in this first map. I was not expecting anything like this, but what a brilliant way to start the day here in Budapest.
I wonder if Virtus.pro was even thinking that a couple times, looking over, and you just see him kind of smiling, winning, like when Snatchy's winning clutches, and it seemed like they're almost amazed that they came out to this level.
Well, that is the non-VP fan section. That's the VP fan section.
That is the VP fan section. There's a big difference between the two sides of the arena. What a time to deliver that performance in front of that crowd, and not only that, a spot in the grand finals is on the line.
I'm just so excited for the fact that that they came out blazing like this. mousesports definitely the stronger name going into this. There's just no doubt about it. And then what do we get? Crazy Polish fans with drums and Virtus.pro playing a really good game of Counter-Strike.
And like we said at the start, like, we're happy to see crazy Polish VP fans again. Like, Polish or not, VP fans are just always great, and I just like that they delivered in front of them. Let's see it again. Let's do it one more time.
One more time, yeah. Maybe with a little bit more pushback from mousesports, I would really appreciate that. I think obviously they can do a lot more. Second map could be completely different.
Yes, it could.
But what a conversation it's going to be during the break, you know.
Yeah, I'm wondering. You have to imagine the desk is just like super shocked about what happened, like scratching their heads themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. That was nothing like what I was expecting. We'll get to the desk after a break. Stay tuned.